Hello guys, and welcome to my very first Animal Crossing gameplay video. Today, as you've read the title, we are going to be talking about, like, tips on your daily gameplay of this game, Animal Crossing New Horizons. So, I guess we'll get started at pretty much the very start of the game. Alright, so when you first come in the game, you will start here at the Dodo Airlines and are forced to come to the plaza for a meeting from Tom. And you will get information about what you are first going to do and, well, your neighbors, and yeah, I think that's about it. I forget now. So once you're done with that, you're going, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to go to Tom and speak with him and get your tent. And then you're asked to place your tent somewhere. And your tent is gonna look something like this right here. And be aware where you place your tent is where it's gonna be there forever, for at least right now. So be careful on where you put it. And once you place your tent down, you will come, well, you will see a flashing mailbox thing, like this right here, and it will make a noise, somewhat annoying, but then you are to go in your mail. So for me right now, if I was to go into my mail, it looked something like this, and you would, for now at least, start with these two letters. And those two rewards, they're not really all that helpful. They're really just for inside aesthetics, as you can see here. So you will start with two packages in this room and a bed placed down. So one package is going to be your radio, which actually you can press A. And so this is not my tent, so I can't play anything, but it will play. And then this lamp you can turn on or off. It'll start as off. And one of the presents you will get is a Nintendo Switch that you can turn on. It will make the controller sound, and it'll have a little Nintendo Switch display, as seen right here. Now, I do forget the other package. So, actually, what you'll do before that is you will get your Nook phone from Tom either during or after your meeting. And the beginning apps that you will get are the camera, the Nook Miles, the map, custom designs, you'll get the passport, and then rescue service. So what the camera will do is allow you to take pictures from any angle and anywhere in your proximity of where you're taking the pictures. So I can zoom in with X and Y, and if you're wondering how you move your camera, it is with the D-pad, and you can move yourself using the left joystick. And the right joystick, if you move up and down, will move your camera. So then if you press ZL, the trigger, you can have different modes. So let's say I want to take it with monochrome, right? I choose this, get a spot, and take a picture. And if you hit, and then with R, the trigger, I'm pretty sure will make the nearest animal sounds or a whistle. I'm not sure on that button yet. And then you press plus to take the photo and minus and B to cancel. And if you take a picture, you will actually get what I'm pretty sure is 500 miles, which is a 10th already in like the first few minutes of the game, a 10th of your loan that you need to pay off for all like the tent, getting here, everything. And even when you get here, you will earn miles. You will earn miles for pretty much anything you do, whether it be catching a fish, camera, getting critters in the Critterpedia, which is a bit farther in the game, doing a custom design, which is easy. You can just edit one square, which is a 32 by 32 big square. You can do one simple thing, and it'll give you miles. You can change your passport, and in the passport, it'll show up like this, and if you press A, you can edit passport photo, comment, or title. So, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take a passport photo. And I'm gonna decide to do pop. And then take a photo. And I'm guessing I can select it, and boom, there is my profile pic. And you can edit your comment. So somehow I think the game glitched and it says Joe. Don't ask why. So you can do whatever, pretty much. Hi-yo. Sure. And you can get miles from this by editing anything. You can make a picture, or like take a picture and change it. Make a comment. It could just be one letter. You're done in like a few seconds, and you get like 300 miles. And you can do title. So over time, when you complete these miles quests, they will give you these names. I have a lot of names because of the miles I have collected over time playing this. So I can do anonymous camper right here. So boom, I'm an anonymous camper. And that'll give you 300 miles, as I said before. And then if you go DIY recipes, this will show you every recipe you have learned in the game so far. And then custom designs. You can get miles for this. I'm pretty sure there's another 300. And when you get here, that is 500 miles. So right now, I have designed this, which is actually my logo. The first thing I ever did. This one is one of my friends doing. They made a heart. This is a blank for anything. So I could do a blank shirt or whatever, right? Rainbow, spelled it wrong on purpose. I made it. And I think it looks pretty good. And then there's another one of my friends. They made Y'all Might as a reference to something. I'll leave you to guess that if you want, with a star. So yeah, you can get credits for that. So yeah, that's custom designs. That's custom designs. And right now, there's a balloon present here. Using the D-pad left and right, you can switch through tools, or as a later game add-on, you can get this wheel. And if you've played Pokemon before, you will know that it also has this kind of wheel where you can register a key item. So this, it's a tool ring, and you have all your things here. I recommend having your most used tools on the tops and bottoms, because these diagonals are harder to get to, as it's an irregular push on the D-pad or whatever. So I can give a quick tutorial over here. So apparently it's in front of the tree. So you want to go where you think it is, and you're gonna shoot right up. Oh, got it first try. You might not get it the first few times that you actually try. But yeah. So in these presents, they can be multiple things like furniture. I got a garden lantern, so I'm thinking it's just a night light or whatever. And if you go by the sea, you can find these message in a bottles, a DIY recipe for a large cardboard boxes. So anyways, onto the next Nook phone app that you start with. I think the last one, or no, the map. So you will have a list here on the left of all your residents, and it will show you their tents/houses. And if you go to the right here, you can look at these places. So I have right here, if I go to the resident services, you can see where it is on the map as it's flashing. And then the shop site, that's gonna build nooks and crannies for me in a day. So if you have like a building or whatever that's building, once you give it like its necessary resources or whatever, it will build within a day. And you can actually skip that by going to your console time and changing it. So I have here Blather's Tent, which you will actually get from giving in 5 fish/insects to Tom Nook. Once you finish like the tutorial or whatever kind of thing. And then you have the airport here, which is what you can use to bring people to your island or go to a different island. And this map here, if you look on the map, the left and bottom edges, you'll see A, B, C, D, E, F, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so this island has like a grid system, like a big grid system here. And then when you come here, there's actually a bottom grid system. So even though there are curves here, this whole thing is a grid. So you can see here, there's like nothing that's really like in a diagonal, like a weird position. So this is one grid square, 2 grid squares, 3 grid squares, and 4 grid squares. And this tree is placed on 1 grid square away from this plant, or 2 grid squares away from this plant. So it's not anything random, and that goes when you're shoveling up places like areas like dirt or sand. It'll all be in a grid, which is fantastic for making things even. That's the map. Now the last app that you will start with is the rescue service. So you can use this, let's say you're stuck. Let's say you glitched into a river and you can't get out. You would use this, and it normally, well, I actually haven't used it because it costs miles, and I don't want to do that when I don't have to. But it'll probably either bring you to the resident services or the airport. I'm guessing the airport, since that's where you are when you go on the island. Like if you come back from a friend's island. Not when you start the game. When you start the game, you will start outside of your tent. So yeah, that's all the beginning apps that you start with on your phone. Now let's see if I can explain the other apps and how you get them. So if you go to your Nook or my Nook phone, I guess. Oh yeah, and Nook Miles, that's where you redeem your rewards. And the cool thing about this, so I have Nook Miles Plus, which comes when you get your home, your house, instead of a tent. But if you use the right joystick, and if you go down, it'll go to the nearest Nook Miles quest that gives you miles that you've completed to claim your miles. And if you don't have any, you'll just go down 3 quests at a time, or up 3 quests at a time. And if you have Nook Miles Plus, it'll have different rewards here that get shuffled. So let's say, which will probably take a bit, let's say you complete your Nook Miles quest. I don't know if they add more, but in the Nook Miles Plus here, they refill the ones that you've completed with something else. And if you see here, so they actually tell you right here, chop down trees, 0 out of 1 on the picture. And here, sell fruit, 0 out of 5, for at least right now. Spend bells to buy items, 0 out of 500 or 5,000, right? And then the number next to the raccoon is the number of miles. And then you see the 2 times here on this chop down trees quest. That means I will get 2 times the amount of miles, so I'll get 400 instead of 200. So the Critterpedia here, you will get the Critterpedia when you get Blathers to come to your island and you speak to him. And once you speak to him, I'm pretty sure he will give you this almost immediately. And you have here your insects, and then press L/R to move different, and here's your fish. So right now I don't have a lot, but I probably will soon. And then the chat log you will get when you go to your first outdoor island or bring someone to your island, I'm pretty sure. And then best friend list will come when you talk to the guy in the airport. So then the next Nook phone, or the chat here, it'll just display. So on the right will have your messages, and on the left it'll have other people's messages. So then and then the call resident, you will I'm pretty sure you will get that when you have another person on your console try to come in and play with you. And if you press R, the right bumper, it'll bring up this chat and you can type anything. And even if you have no friends on your island, you can still do it. It doesn't matter. No one cares. Except for you, maybe. So yeah, that's it for the Nook phone, and a really big area to cover. So yeah, you'll just be playing your game over time, and once you get 5,000 miles and turn it in to Tom Nook, I'm pretty sure he will give you a gift, and then after you chat to him, you can get your house, or at least construction going. And if you come into your neighbor's house and they're if they're crafting something, they will actually give you a reward, or presumably what they were crafting. So yeah, once you pay your 5,000, I'm pretty sure he will give you a recipe. So yeah, and then so this is the Nook stop right here in this tent. So welcome to Nook Stop, a multimedia, whatever, I don't care. So you'll get redeem Nook miles. I think you'll get after you pay your first debt, kind of. And then Nook Shopping is where you can get stuff by purchasing it with bells, and I'll have this, and it'll change pretty much every day. So yeah, so let's say tomorrow this garden lantern won't be here. So yeah. And then the last one is the ABD, which is where you can save your money, and then there's also a like a loan balance thing. So your loan/debt, you can pay off there once you get your house, because you don't have to pay immediately the around 100k bells. And then right here is the what is it? Not the recycler. Anyways, it's an area where stuff appears every day. You will get one thing from here, one random thing. So I have a rusted part right here. So that might like be used for crafting. I'm not gonna claim it at the moment, but if let's say you're playing with a friend on the same console, anything that the follower, so there's leaders and followers, and the leader is like pretty much the one playing the game, and the followers are the people assisting them. So it's not all that fun. But if you want to get like a big project done, like you want to get a bunch of wood, or yeah, pretty much just that, you know, harvest everything, fish. It's really good for that because you have two hands working on the same thing. So whatever the followers pick up, go into here because they don't have an inventory. At least if you play with like the one Joy-Con horizontally or whatever. So yeah, that was the recycle bin or whatever. And if you speak to here, to Timmy Nook, he will, you can sell stuff to him or buy stuff from him, such as recipes, plants, and some fruits, like native fruits. And if you're wondering what a native fruit is, so on my island, I naturally grow, you can't see here, but I naturally grow pears. So if I sell those, they won't make as much money as usual. So anything that's not a native fruit, so let's say I get apples or peaches, which I'm actually growing here. These two are peach trees. Besides your native and obviously the coconuts, because those appear pretty much everywhere. So yeah, if I get apples or peaches and sell them, there will be 500 bells each. So if you have a big farm of them, you can get a lot, and I mean a lot of bells. Harvesting part of this game is, so if you get Or actually, let's go over the tools first. So you will get the fishing rod and the net. Like once you get started with the recipes, I'm pretty sure. You will get the axe from giving in 2 or 3 what is it? Insects / fishes to Tom Nook before you get lathers. And then in your first talk with Blathers, you'll get the shovel, which is after you turn in 5 insects / fish to Tom Nook, and then place his thing that is sent down and wait a day. The slingshot, I bought it off Timmy, from Timmy's shop, because he was selling the recipe. I'm like, oh, I need this for the balloon presents. The ladder, I actually got today. I was on my friend's island, and their Nooks and Cranny shop was selling this. So yeah, that's your tools. And then harvesting. So with your axe, you can chop at these trees, and they will give you 3 wood each, whether it be softwood, wood, or hardwood. And they're called hardwood trees. And that goes with any tree. So yeah, if a tree has fruits on them, I can show you really quickly. So any tree that looks like this, so my native fruit is pears, or are pears, it will show up like this. And if you collect it with a clear space, here, let me clear this area kind of out. You shake it, the fruit will drop like that. And then if you shake any tree, over time you will get sticks, and they will fall from the opposite side of where you're shaking. And if you stay on one side and continuously shake, you will get 8 in total. You could get, let's see if I do math, 18 sticks if you do both sides of the shake. Or twigs, whatever. So that's pretty much it for your trees. But if, let's say rocks. So the rocks, another balloon present. I'm gonna ignore it for the sake of you guys. You can get 8 hits if you spam A with your shovel. You can get 8 hits from this rock. And it'll drop 8 things, and every day there will be something called the money rock, and it will give you 4 bags of bells, whether it be how much, I don't know, and then 4 100 bell coins. So yeah, and a trick to hit this rock is to either, when you get your shovel, you can either do a trick, which you will normally find, but is less effective. If you mine these 2 spots, go up nearest to the rock, and then to like just a bit of the left or right from the middle, wherever you do it. And the stuff will come around this rock. They will fly or whatever around this rock. The way I like to do it, and the most effective way to do it, is to do this, where it's diagonal, so you're backed up into a corner and you really can't go anywhere, because when you hit the rock, it'll push you back, as shown here. If I can stop. And yeah, if there's anything like this plant here in the way, it'll disturb you. So if I hit it, you can see I move back. So now I have to move up to it. So that's good to have a backing. And what I like about this setup is that if you hop over it and then hop back, you can get the maximum back here just in case it might mess you up or anything. And then you just hit it from here and you won't go back. So this still pushes you around, although you still will get it. If you could possibly fail and mess it up. So let's say, so I have pears here. If I eat a fruit with the shovel, I can break this rock, which will give me 1 rock drop in return. Whether it be clay, metal, stone, and I don't know about gold. I've only gotten 1 gold so far. And if you if you eat one of the fruits, it'll show you with a thing here, a 0 out of 10, or now I have 1 out of 10. And then you get your thing out, and yeah, your shovel. Or I don't know if it works for the axe, and that's how you destroy a tree. I've only used it for the shovel. Yeah, no. Okay. So yeah, you get your shovel out, and you hit it, and you pick up the tree, and it'll use one of the super breaks or whatever. And you come here, and you can place it back. So I think that is the end of this tutorial or whatever. So yeah, if you guys like me to do another episode, touch base on another topic, then comment it anywhere that I can easily see. So like YouTube comments, Discord comments, any social media. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.